How do the Buccaneers win this game?
2 strip sacks. That's the starting place. And I know like everyone's talking about this at this point. Chiefs offensive line is banged up, but everyone is saying they're down 2 starting tackles. That's true, but it's misleading. One of those tackles has been out since week 5. So they've been playing without him for the last 3 months. The other tackle, though, Eric Fisher, went out last week, which therefore, of course, made the guy who was filling in for the right tackle slid over the left-hand side. And the reason that's so concerning is it's the last time Mike Rimmers was in the Super Bowl. He was Cam Newton's right tackle, and Von Miller won the Super Bowl MVP going right through Mike Rimmers. Now, Mike Rimmers has played well, and people are like, oh, the Chiefs had an offensive lineman opt out before the year. Yeah, but they went 14-1 with Mahomes without that guy. Like, the offensive line's been banged up all year, and they just went 38-6 on Buffalo. The distinction is, how much does the loss of Eric Fisher matter? I've got to think the Chiefs know that, and they scheme with that in mind. And while the Bucs defense, I made this point this morning, the Bucs defense has gone from being underrated, not talked about enough, to now all of a sudden they are being presented as if they are the modern purple people eaters. They are not that. And so I don't think, though, there is a path for Tampa to win the game that doesn't involve a couple strip sacks on Mahomes. He's not going to throw interceptions, and the Chiefs aren't going to turn the ball over, in other phases, I don't think. So I think the Chiefs are a demonstrably better team. I think they could have won the first matchup by 30 points had that been the focus, and I think you're going to see that Sunday.
Can Brady outduel Patrick Mahomes?
He can, but I'd say it's a 15% shot. I mean, listen, I'm going to have to eat a lot of crow on Brady. I was evidently years premature on calling for his demise. And he didn't play well a couple weeks ago in the second half, but he played great the final month of the season. He has outlasted these older other quarterbacks who keep retiring or playing like they should retire, and he's still standing. I do think the only chance the Bucs have is to win a shootout. I've heard for 3 years, here's how you beat the Chiefs. Run the ball, time of possession, keep Mahomes off the field. One team ever has done it. The Colts on October 6th, 2019. In a game Tyreek Hill didn't play and Mahomes had a sprained ankle. They won 19-13. Think of every other Chiefs loss. They've lost because the other team scored 40. The Raiders scored 40 this year. The Patriots, when they beat them in the playoffs, scored, 38, 39? The famous Monday night game, 54-51. The Chiefs, when they lose, it's because you beat them in a shootout. It's not because you hold them to 15.
Is Tampa capable of putting 40, 45 up against this Chiefs defense?
I think it's possible. I do. They obviously have the great weapons. And they have a very good offensive line, 3 excellent offensive linemen, 1 decent one, and then 1 replacement guy who Chris Jones is going to be going at the whole game. And the Chiefs don't have good corners. They have this rookie gem that they found in the 4th round, L'Jarius Sneed, and Honey Bad. They have good safeties, but they don't have good corners. I am curious. Here's a fun little stat courtesy of, I think, Football Outsiders. The Tampa Bay Bucs this year were the beneficiaries of more yards via pass interference penalty than any team in the last 12 seasons, and that's as far back as the metric goes. Now, I'm not saying that Tom Brady happens to get the benefit of a lot of calls, including in the NFC Championship.
Yes, you
game.
are.
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, you are.
I'm just giving you the facts,
when
Dan.
you say I'm not
saying, on the ground.
Nick, you're saying when you say you're not saying.
I'm not saying it. If I was saying it, I wouldn't say I'm not saying it. I am curious, though. I think a tightly officiated game favors Tampa. I think if you officiate the Super Bowl the way these playoffs have been officiated, which is we're going to let them play except for, of course, the final play of the NFC Championship game, in which case there'll be an 8-second late flag to help Brady. Aside, then I think if they call it tight, I think Tampa can move the ball down the field. I got one other good stat for you. Okay. Tampa scored 10 touchdowns this postseason. 0 have gone 75 drives of 75 yards or longer. The Chiefs scored 7 touchdowns this postseason. 6 have gone drives of 75 yards or longer. So they're not scoring on long fields, is Tampa. And so I think that could work against them in this game.